Welcome back, everybody, to Shyhammer Fantasy, and today is Dice Dojo Round 2 of the tournament in May. And unfortunately, I got a bye on this game, so I sat down and watched Brian's Dwarves versus Andrew's Rampaging Archaon. And in all honesty, thinking back about it, I should have took a picture of my brother's game and versus Aaron because they had painted armies. Just saying. Anyways, over here, we're going to go over Brian's list. He has a huge unit of hammers, 35 hammers, and in the front there, he also has a BSB. And I don't know if the BSB has any goodies, but he is very fighty. Anyways, and then this unit over here, I believe it's another 35 Dwarf Slayers. And in the front there, he's on some cork. It is Ungrim, Incarnate of Fire, and he's extremely high point cost. And I know this isn't your average dwarf army that you would see, but he basically came with two huge blocks of killing, no cannons. Look at this. He has 7 rangers here and another 7 rangers on the other side, and that's that. I mean, he came with oh, and the gyrocopter. He has literally all of them have Vanguard, so he gets to move up and pretty much get into the action right away. Um, on Chaos side, this is just the army I just fought in the previous video, if you caught that. But it's 18 warriors with 2 hand weapons, 18 warriors with halberds, 3 skull crushers on juggernauts and Archaon, and then 5 chaos knights, which are on the other end there. And let's go over the magic really quick. His level 2 has the Lore of Metal, he has Glittering Robe, and he also got Final Transmutation. There was argument over could he take, because he had doubles, could he take one as Final Transmutation and one as the signature spell instead of taking the number 3, but we kind of just ruled against it. For Archaon, he has Occam's Mindrazor, he has Mystifying Miasma, and then he also has the Withering and Penumbral Pendulum. And that's it for magic. As you can see, like I said, the dwarves took their. Oh, these are the scouts. They popped out in the on this side over here. It's another 7 rangers. They popped out. They find out that the trees are a fungus forest, which basically makes them stupid. But dwarves have good leadership. And let's go into dwarves turn 1. Dwarves turn 1. Like I told you, they have Vanguard, and everybody just kind of moves up 12 inches, which is pretty fast for a dwarf because dwarves don't normally move 12 inches at all. So they go ahead and moved up the line like this, getting ready to get some impact. Over here, the gyrocopter kind of flew into the back lines, and he's ready to shoot at some warriors. And as you can see, he's kind of out of the charge arc, so they're not going to be able to do any damage that way. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice, and you're probably thinking, Magic phase, he's a dwarf. But guess what? He has like a fireball ring or something on the Incarnate of Fire, so he shoots it off and it fails. Um, over here, the gyrocopter in the shooting phase goes ahead and throws a flame template out, the steam gun, and it shoots at these guys and he kills off 3 of them. So that's pretty impressive. Kill off 3 guys like that. So then the Rangers, both sets of them, are going to go ahead and shoot at Archaon's unit, and they actually put on 2 wounds onto one of the Skull Crushers, and that's going to start off Chaos turn 1. Chaos turn 1, Archaon's unit charges into the Rangers, and he decides to hold and stays there and gets charged in. And as you can see, this unit of Warriors moves up. This other unit of Warriors decides to kind of like turn over just a little bit to try to get a rear charge onto that gyrocopter. And then the Chaos Knights have to run around the building the long way because they can't get around really. Magic phase, he gets 7 power dice, and he uses a couple onto Mystifying Miasma and to slow down this unit of Dwarf Slayers, and he gets it for a 3. So they're pretty much down to a movement 1 right now, an initiative 1, which really sucks for him because they really don't have much movement anyways. Close combat. Archaon just destroyed the 7 Rangers. But since they have the Mark of Corn, they have Frenzy, they have to overrun, and they run in this angle towards the trees. And I think he actually passes the dangerous terrain there. Dwarfs turn 2. We're going to go ahead and you're going to see both these units declare charge onto the unit of warriors here. It looks like he has a similar approach that I did, which was try to take out the rest of the units before you get to Archaon. Um, his hammers, they get in, or Longbeards. I'm not sure if it's. I think it's Longbeards actually. They got in, and then the Slayers failed their charge because they're slowed movement, which really messed them up. They missed by 1 inch, to be honest. And you can see the gyrocopter. They moved over here towards this unit here again to just kind of be a jerk and burn them. Magic phase, he gets 5 power dice, doesn't get anything off on it, so we're going to go to shooting phase. Shooting phase, the gyrocopter goes ahead and shoots at these guys, kills 2 more. And again, it's pulling off its points pretty well. Over here in close combat, the champion challenges and the other champion accepts. So Chaos has to challenge, so they get the Eye of the Gods reward if they pass their challenge. And the champion accepts, and he kills off the champion. He gets a +1 to his strength, and yeah, that whole unit is kind of beefy already. So over here in the close combat, you can see not only did he kill the champion, they killed 2 more dwarfs, and then the dwarfs killed 2 more guys back, and that was basically it. It's pretty much I believe a draw. If not a draw, he might have lost by like 1 or 2, but Archaon is so close that it really doesn't affect their leadership bubble. Chaos turn 2, you can see Archaon actually just reformed and turned around. He has no musician with him, so he just kind of turned around. That's his move. The horses, knights are trying to get around the building still, and then the other warriors are still just kind of moving up. Magic phase, he gets 7 power dice. And the level 2 uses final transmutation, and it is dispelled. I believe, no, actually I think he failed, and he lost dice on it, so it just, whatever. Close combat, he challenges again, and the BSB declines and goes in the back. So then he goes ahead and he kills off 4, I want to say they're Longbeards, let's just go with Longbeards. Kills off 4 Longbeards, and in return, in retaliation, the dwarves only killed off 1 guy, but they also put a wound onto the sorcerer. So the sorcerer's gonna die soon, hopefully. Let's see. Dwarves turn 3. The Slayers fail a charge again, and they couldn't get to the warriors and help out their buddies. And this is a crucial move here because it was either charge that unit, hopefully run them down, kill off a couple more guys, get extra combat resolution for charging in and having an extra kill or 2, or turn around and face Archaon. And he chose to go for the charge, and he failed the charge, and now Archaon's looking at the side flank of the Slayers. Magic phase, it gets 3 power dice, doesn't do it again. Shooting phase, the steam gun goes ahead and kills 2 more off of this unit. It's just picking people off. Over here you could see the warriors killed off 1 of the Longbeards. Longbeards killed off the sorcerer, which was really crucial. And that's that. Chaos turn 3. Archaon charges right into the side flank, like I called it, man. He's just going right there. And Magic phase got 8 power dice. He rolls double 6s. I forgot on what spell specifically, and everybody's like, "Oh, he's gonna get sucked into the warp. Archaon's gonna get sucked into the warp." He doesn't though. It was something like to lower. I want to say it was like to lower a weapon skill or initiative or something like that, and it really didn't matter the spell he did. But that's why I didn't take a picture of it. But Archaon has the challenge, and Ungrim, the Incarnate of Fire, accepts, and Archaon puts on 3 wounds onto him, and Ungrim actually puts 2 wounds back onto Archaon. As for the Slayers, Slayers kill off 1 of the guys and one of the Juggernauts, and puts 2 wounds onto another one, which is pretty good. And then the Skull Crushers, they took out like a good 10 Slayers, which really hurt him. But they are unbreakable, and they don't go anywhere. As for the Longbeards, Longbeards lost 3. They only killed 1. They're not doing so hot on their numbers. And as you can see, the other warriors are actually moving up very slow and steady. So, Dwarf turn 4. One of the reasons why the other warriors didn't get in is because that building's in the way, and they would have to kind of try to find an angle to not clip the building. So they lucked out there. Like I said, Dwarf turn 4. These guys, I don't know why they made a charge towards the knights. I think just to hold them up and stall them for a second. the gyrocopter continues its burning rampage and burns off 3 more guys. And that gyrocopter is doing wonders right now. Archaon kills off Ungrim, and Ungrim did 1 more wound onto Archaon. But yeah, that's that right there. That kind of sucks for them. As for this fight over here, the Slayers put on 1 more wound onto the Skull Crusher, but the Skull Crusher's killed a couple more Slayers, and the Slayers cannot combat reform. They're trying and trying, but they can't. Over here, you can see the Warriors kill off 1 more Longbeard. Longbeards kill off. Oh, they didn't kill anybody. Ooh, that's bad. So that pretty much starts off Chaos Turn 4. Chaos Turn 4. They charge into the side flank here with the Warriors, and yeah, they're gonna go ahead and do Magic Phase. Magic Phase. He gets another Irresistible Force, and I forgot what spell it was again, but everybody's like, oh, Archaon's gonna get sucked into the warp, and everybody stops their games just to watch if Archaon got sucked into the warp. And he rolls double 1s on his miscast chart, and which is the large template. It blows up right there, and it takes out a huge chunk, or it takes, I don't know why that's only 2 wounds. It should be more than that. But it takes out a chunk of Slayers. It doesn't wound Archaon because of his stupid ward save, and then he rolls like a 5, which means that he lost the rest of his power dice. That's it. And again, the spell he put, we don't even remember what it was. Yeah, he killed 5 Slayers there. That sucks. So close combat. He goes ahead and the Slayers finally kill off 1 more Skull Crusher, but the Skull Crusher and Archaon kill off like 3 or 4 more, 5 more, 6. Look at that, I'm just adding up numbers. 6 Slayers. And again, Slayers are unbreakable. They stay, but they only have 1 rank now. As for this combat over here, the Longbeards are getting their ass kicked by that side flank. They lose a good chunk of guys there. They lose about like 8 guys, and they only killed off 2 warriors, and it's not looking so good. Dwarf turn 5, the gyrocopter flies over and is trying to help out the Rangers here, and that's about it. I mean, shooting, I think he didn't even wound. And then over here in close combat, Archaon finishes off this unit, redirects or changes his angle to face these guys, and these guys are getting wiped. There's like 6 or 7 that died here and no wounds back. I mean, Andrew's getting really lucky armor saves right now. You know, if anybody dies, it's like 1 guy. There it is, 1 guy. And yeah, that was about it. So after about this turn, Brian calls it. He says, you know what, both my armies or my units are kind of wiped out. We talked about it for a while afterwards, talking about, like, you know, should he have brought like an organ gun or a cannon, because the organ gun would have made mincemeat of most of these warriors, and plus you know, it would have thinned down the line. But in all honesty, that's just not the way Brian rolls. He wants to, you know, he likes the dwarf army, but he doesn't feel like he has to be confined to just a gun line. He likes to mix it up and play, you know, a good balance, or a more fighty army, which, you know, more power to him. That, you know, that he doesn't follow just what everybody's like. Oh, do cannons, do guns. So overall, it was a fun game. This game finished pretty fast, and then Jesse and Aaron were still going. So I got some pictures over there. I could actually post them up really quick so you could see how it happened. I don't know what was going on though, but I'll put those up really quick. Like I said, I have no idea what's going on. I do know that the Strigoi Ghoul King right here is staring at the butt of Thanquil and Bone Ripper, and I know he does charge in. And this gets to the close to the end of the game. I actually know that the Strigoi Ghoul King ended up killing Bone Ripper, Thanquil and Bone Ripper, and so Vampires won. But it was a really close game, as you can see right here. The Hell Pit was. I asked them how did the Hell Pit do, and they said the Hell Pit just killed whatever he wanted to kill. He would just walk into it and just kill it. And it looks like the Storm Fiends got yelled at by a giant terrorgeist behind them. But anyways, guys, if you like these videos and you want to see more just like it, just hit the like and subscribe button. I'll be putting up more. I have one more video where it's me versus Brian, and that would conclude the tournament. Yeah, share my videos if you haven't, so that way you get the word out, and I'll be putting up more videos very soon. And until then, any feedback, comments, or any suggestions, just leave them in the comment section below. I'll be glad to get back to you on those. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Peace.